Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead reading. Thanks for being here. Thank you to you if you are returning, and thank you to you if you're new here. So let's get on with your reading. We're going to kick it off, Gemini, with 2 energy oracle cards. Please and thank you for Gemini. This is for week commencing the 17th of February, is it? Oh, lovely. And one more, please and thank you. One more, please and thank you for Gemini. Thank you. Very nice. We have community, which is like the 3 of Cups, if you like, in the tarot. This is about support, love, friendships, celebration, enjoying yourself, partying, networking, just getting out there. And then we have daughter romance. So for some of you, if you are looking for a relationship, or if you're perhaps on a dating platform, maybe there's next week is your energy. You're in that energy, Gemini. Daughter romance can also be opening the doors to your heart. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a relationship. It could also mean something opening up that you absolutely love to do. An opportunity coming in there for you. The community with that daughter romance, you know, I'm just so drawn to that heart being in the cage. It's like you've been a caged bird and now you're going out and enjoying yourself. Maybe you've really, really struggled at work lately. You've had a lot on and you've just not been out, and it could be something as simple as that. It's just enjoying yourself again. Right, what are we doing? We're going to use this new deck called Crystal. Oh my gosh, Crystal Magic. Now, I'll tell you why I had to stop there is because every time I get these cards, I pick them up. I've got it in my head, ingrained in my head. It's called Crystal Maze. And if you're in the UK, you'll know what I mean by the programme. And if you're as old as me, of the Crystal Maze. So, anyway, dear spirit guides and angels, please join me in this reading for Gemini. Make it helpful, hopeful, thank you, and healing. Ooh, thank you. Knight of Swords is your focus for next week. My gosh, he's focused. Your opportunity is the 3 of Wands. 2 of Wands is your challenge. The Sun is what you don't see coming. And the Knight of Wands. Wow, lots of wands here. Traditionally speaking, Gemini, you are the swords in the suit, in the sword suit in the tarot. So Knight of Swords here is, look at how focused he is on the task ahead. It's like he's got an idea, he's going to run with it. It's like, yeah, there's a spark of inspiration. It's very, what's the word? Unlike my thoughts. It's very, I want to say sporadic, but it's not the word I'm looking for. It will come. The Knight of Swords, he thinks about something, they do something, and psh, that's it, like laser-like focus, off to do that right now. Bit bull in a china shop, perhaps doesn't look at the small print, but, you know, they are spontaneous. And when they've got that focus and they've got that idea, it's like, wow, watch out, because they're like it's like this massive release, if you like, of energy of moving forward with it. It's like take that idea and run with it. Maybe you're starting to put your words into action next week. You mean what you say, you mean what you're going to do. You know, rather than just talk about it, you're going to do it. And again, with that community and daughter romance, it all looks lovely to me. The 3 of Wands is your opportunity. Now, the 3 of Wands is about, again, literally, wands are our passions, our creations, our desire, our tenacity, and it's about planting ideas that you literally have And again, rather than just thinking about it, you're doing something about it. You're actually implementing those ideas. And look at the beautiful rainbow in the background there. There's lovely colours of calm and it's almost like a warrior energy of this, especially that Knight of Swords too. It's like you're coming out to battle next week, Gemini, but in a good way. I don't feel it's not confrontational at all. Now, the Two of Wands is your challenge. Now, the Two of Wands has come out in every single reading so far. Admittedly, you are only the third, but it's bizarre that, and I think it's come out in the challenge twice now. The Two of Wands is a challenge for me. It's interpreted that you are a little bit set in your ways. You really have to push yourself to do something new. Maybe that's why they want you to focus on being that Knight of Swords next week, because you do know what is out there. You do have these grand plans here, but you just, for some reason, there's something holding you back, whether it's lack of focus. Yeah, I think there's a lack of focus here too as a challenge, which is why they're wanting you to literally focus on being that Knight of Swords, because I'm really drawn to the star in the middle, and it's like your North Star, isn't it? It's like, no, have that concentration, focus on it, have that goal in mind. You have the Sun. It's the biggest positive card in the deck. What a beautiful card. It's the tonic in there, isn't there? It's like, it's just what you need. It's just what the doctor ordered. And then you've got the Knight of Wands. And the knights in the deck actually are about progress and movement of ideas, situations. Now you've got the two fastest knights in the deck here. The Knight of Wands is about, again, the Knight of Swords thinks about it and pushes the ideas. They actually G up the energy and the determination and progress the goal, whatever it is. Literally, again, it's all about putting an idea that you've had and making it work next week. Some sort of spark of inspiration coming into you. Now, with that community card and door to romance, I just think it's all falling into place. I think it's lovely. It could be the community card. You could be working with others. There's others on this path, on this journey with you. It could be romantically, but you certainly love it. Again, if perhaps, this caged bird energy that I'm getting is being released. Oh my gosh. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands. Really strong energy, leadership, like you're taking the bull by the horns. I also feel like there's definitely that support and somebody's got your back. So that's also clarified. So you've got the King of Wands, as I say, clarifying that Knight of Swords, that putting those words into action. Oh my gosh, does he ever do that too? He doesn't just think about it. As I say, he's very simply, obviously, you've got the Knight of Wands there. This is progression. This is like, yeah, no, don't be a knight, be a king. Have that control, that leadership. Very managerial. This King of Wands, he likes to have the center of attention as well. And he likes to be successful and be recognized for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. For some of you, it could be that you are literally stepping up in a role at work or in a relationship and just having that more in control energy, more control over a situation. It's like, yeah, I mean what I say. You've got the Four of Cups. I want you to concentrate on what you have got rather than what you haven't got also, because the Four of Cups is very much, oh, God. And because sometimes we're too busy looking at like being, oh, gosh, here we go again, same old, that we miss an opportunity that's coming along. They want you to get out of that energy next week. They want you to make sure that you are looking at the positive side of things. And then you've got the Four of Swords. It's all about a balance here. Now, the Four of Swords is about rest, relaxation, and repair. So whilst all this is going on, it's also highlighted that perhaps you still need to make sure that you get your rest, because it just looks like a busy week. It really does. Really drawn to that Four of Swords with that heart in her nest, look. It's like if they open up this door for you and like this caged bird, you've got to promise to look after yourself. That's what I'm hearing from that. The Three of Wands is your opportunity. Again, it's like, now you've thought about it, you're going to actually do it. You're going to actually start implementing some part of your goal. And taking that leadership role in it too, not just lightly. I mean, it's like real determination here. Like, yeah, I mean what I say. I think it's a case of you finally set your mind. Once you set your mind to something, then it's like 100 miles an hour. Watch out. You've got the Four of Pentacles. You've got the Five of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Three of Wands is bringing you in financial stability or financial control, as well as an opportunity for you to be in charge of the purse strings too. This is all about your destiny. I think there's something that there's an opportunity for you to look at how the finances are distributed on this one too. You've got the Five of Cups. Now the Five of Cups, again, it's very similar to the Four of Cups. The Five of Cups is about loss, regret, and disappointment. But I think you're in danger of falling down that hole there sometimes. And there's an opportunity for you to maybe financially as well. There could be some sort of financial turmoil going on from the past, or something that is allowing you to relieve, don't hold on to that energy. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, look at her, how resourceful she is. She's very nurturing, she's giving. For some of you, you could actually be progressing in a role that gives you, again, a lot of financial control, because the Four of Pentacles is here too with that Queen of Pentacles. I just think it's going to bring you a lot of satisfaction. That's what I get from that card. Financially, yes, but also time and energy wise. Now, the Two of Wands is your challenge. For some reason, there's still an element of, it's almost like you're going to shock yourself. You know, when you like think, oh my gosh, what have I just said? What have I just done? Or when you look back and you think, I can't believe I did that. And I think that's what you're doing. Maybe that's why the Four of Cups is here and the Five of Cups. Like, there's always this, still that reflection back, like, oh, am I doing the right thing? The Moon is clarifying that, interestingly. Confusion, feeling confused. Maybe because you're suppressing some information or emotions. Oh, the Hermit. Wow. Very strong message here, Gemini. One more, please, and thank you for Gemini. Thank you. Queen of Swords. So the Hermit has a challenge. It is like you don't want to move. There's still this should I, shan't I energy, which is what we get from that Two of Wands. Now the Hermit as a challenge is like you not wanting to go within and not wanting to do any self-reflections, almost for fear of what you, again, it's like this sort of self-realization that I just said earlier, that you think, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I can actually do this, or that's even on offer to me, and therefore that turns into a negative in your mind. It can even be that you just don't want to move on. There's still that element of wanting to stay where you are. The Moon is here as a challenge also. Now the Moon is about feeling confused, not knowing which way to turn, which I really get that energy from that anyway. And then the Queen of Swords as a challenge is being, see, as a challenge, she can be quite bitter, quite, I don't know, is there somebody holding you back or around you that's quite negative, who can be really sharp with their tongue and distance you from people too, because that Hermit is very distancing. They would cut you off for no reason. Is there a fear of somebody that, I don't know, do they hold that over you? Or is that in your head and that's how you think they do? Now you could be the Queen of Swords in this card. It could just simply mean that, again, that heart is locked away. Yeah. You're not wanting to give away too much here. Look at that heart locked away in the corner there. You've got a heart locked away in a cage. And you've got the heart in the nest. But they are protected. There is something about, and especially with that Five of Cups, there's something about you not wanting to open yourself up too much. And I don't blame you. Can be quite daunting. So yes, it's a challenge, but I don't see it as a bad thing. I think it's just a learning curve. The Sun is what you don't see coming. This is just abundance, vitality, everything feels, we'll just look at the bottom of the deck. I never do that. And you've got the Tower, which is big change, but I think it's because that positive spark is coming around also, which is big change. To say that's a tonic bottle. I wonder what's in that tonic. What would be in your bottle? What would, if you had a magic potion, what would it be that would just change things around for you? I kind of get that energy from that card. Why are you here, Sun, for Gemini? Thank you. That's clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is saying you can do it. You will need to prioritize something. There'll be perhaps some financial juggling to do. There could be some, something to do with having to focus on the finances, take from that account, pay with that, maybe. But it's all positive. It's all, making sure that you prioritize even. And then you've got the Ten of Wands. Again, it's an end of a situation, end of an era. Being able to offload and delegate. Wands are our passion and creativity and strive, but also I'm not saying we can have too much of that, but we can offer ourselves too much of that to others. You end up taking on their burdens, but there's an end to that. And I think it's purely by a little bit of self-belief and positivity coming in next week, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles as well, which is an amazing card. This is the card of financial independence. She's built up her worth over many years. Now, it can be financial worth or her self-worth. And it's a kind of a reminder to you, Gemini, I feel. You know, offload that baggage. Now, whether that baggage is in your head or literal baggage, the Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the fruits of your labour. Just go for it. Enjoy it. I feel like there's a collaborative energy here still with that community, but you still wanting to maintain that independence. And that Sun card is kind of giving you a big yes there to remind you that you can do that and enjoy it. And then you've got the Knight of Wands. As I say, this is making it happen. We've got the Seven of Cups. Still doubting there. Still a little bit of doubt there, Gemini. What are we making happen? Decision making, hopefully. Oh. So the Seven of Cups is again, a bit of a should I, shan't I card. It's very procrastinating. Gosh, you are really making this cryptic for me, Gemini, which I have to say, I've had a nice easy run just lately of your readings, and then bash, one comes in. I think you're procrastinating over the choices available to you. But the advice of this card would be variety is the spice of life. That's what that is. Mix it up. Emotionally too, because cups are matters of the heart. It just brings that spark back for you. You've then got the King of Pentacles too, which is about just feeling really stable, just feeling really in control, really lovely and homely and grounded. The King of Pentacles is really focused on the finances too. I think, again, going back to the hearts all being locked away in your reading, there's this element with that Seven of Cups of not wanting to open yourself up a bit too much. That Knight of Wands, look, oh my gosh, he couldn't get more open. He's performing in a circus. And I think that's your biggest fear. I think it's like, but it's what you know you need to do. Maybe face your fears, maybe push yourself. Because you've got the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is the card to say, yes, it's hard work, but don't give up. You're nearly there. And she stood behind a fence, look. She's again, there's an element to this reading, Gemini, that I want to say you are holding yourself back for fear of judgment, for fear of getting hurt again. But next week, the focus on you putting your words into action and actually doing something about it. But I don't see it's bad. There's nothing negative in this reading whatsoever. So I hope that made sense. I hope we got there in the end. That was a very cryptic one. Let's just finish on these gorgeous Healing Waters card, Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. So you've got two come out. You've got the Sirens. You use your voice, expansion and freedom. It's about pushing forward. And then you've got Atlantis. Keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. You see that? Keep the big vision. Excuse me. And I think that's really key to this reading too, is keep the focus on what you want to achieve. Yeah, keep focused on that. There's the advice of that, you know. But that Knight of Wands loves the attention. They're a performer. Don't be afraid of that, Gemini. Anyway, I hope that made sense. As I say, we got there in the end. That was a long reading. And yeah, thanks for, as always, for being here. And I'll catch up with you next week.